For the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And this is For the Players, the pop culturist PlayStation podcast. Over 40 years of playing PlayStation and 10 plus years in that games media combined. I'd like to thank you for joining us in this PlayStation conversation.
This PlayStation conversation happens every Monday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you'd like to take part in future conversations with us, you can. Check out our socials, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those links can be found in the description below.
If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopculturist, where you can watch us record this show live, where you can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can. Tell your friends, tell your family about this PlayStation pod. If you are listening on podcast service, be sure to give us a 5-star rating and a written review. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I endeavor to answer every single comment. And if you want to support us financially, you can at patreon.com/thepopculturist, as well as our merchandise store, popculture.com/shop, where you can buy shirts, other assorted shit without logos on it. Man, you've had a day.
I've had a day. I've had a 24 hours.
Yeah.
From about this time last night.
So tell the folk. I've had the running commentary all day.
Well, it all started yesterday, or the day before at time of recording. My computer decided to be like, I was in the middle of a game of League of Legends.
Ew.
I was kicking ass, and then my computer just froze. I'm like, oh, cool, League of Legends has crashed. I'll just Alt-Tab out, end the process, we'll be sweet. Nah, the whole computer's fucked. After about 5 minutes, blue screens and goes, psoo, and powers down. I'm like, okay, turn back on. And then it tries to do a disk check and repair. Fails. I'm like, okay, cool. I disable that disk. It boots fine. We're good. Next day, so last night as time of recording. Blue screen. Phew, doesn't turn back on. No longer powers up. I'm like, oh shit, this is not good.
And here I am messaging going, hey, can we record on Saturday? Because I've got wrestling on Sunday.
And I'm like, yeah, no worries. I'll totally do up a running news sheet and we'll be sweet. And then computer died. Luckily, my parents were gracious enough to lend me some money. And I spent today computer shopping. So I ended up driving all the way up to Sunshine, which is about an hour drive from where I am. Got my pre-built PC because I just kind of needed it. It's easier. I needed it then and there. Got what I want. Came home, set it all up. And now here I am recording. No time to test anything yet.
Straight into it.
Just straight into it. Back all work no play makes Max a dull boy.
But it does work to your advantage though. So very kindly, thank you to the team at PlayStation Australia. Like when they released, they sent us review codes for Miles Morales on PC, God of War on PC, and the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm never going to use that because both you and I, like, your PC was shit. Mine's worse.
Yeah.
So, like, we are never going to use this.
Nothing that could run them, but now I've got a bit of a beefier boy. We're going to give it a bell.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So, like, we'll be able to talk about from the PC side of things, and actually will be interesting moving forward. If we, like, when Sony games do make their like Returnal
in a couple of weeks.
Returnal would be pretty huge. I'll put some fingers out there. Ew.
Last of Us Part 1.
When it comes about in March.
End of next month, yeah.
Exciting times.
Well,
obviously, you've got the PS5 on one, PS5 on one screen, PC on the other. You can do direct comparisons.
I can be.
You are Digital Foundry.
I can be Digital Foundry, like a really, really shitty version.
Like not just the Wish version, but like the Wish.
I'll be like, I won't be Digital Foundry. I'll be like Digital Steel Mill.
You're the you're the Alibaba of Digital Foundry.
Alibaba,
but just the shittest. Because even Wish has some winners occasionally.
Sure.
But yeah, that's a good day.
But yeah, other than that, it's been a pretty chill week.
Yeah,
apart from my computer blowing up and then getting a new one. It's been pretty chill.
Look, I too have been involved in some, intense purchases this weekend. don't want to brag, but I replaced all the fucking frilly curtains in my house with other frilly curtains. That like white mesh, not lace. Is it lace?
Yeah,
the one,
I know what you mean.
The one that like during the day, so you can stand there butt ass naked at your window and no one can see in. So like,
you have like a fortress complex around your house, but like no one's gonna be able to see in anyway.
It's true, and no one's gonna see anything at that distance. It's I think that might be.
There's like a guy across the road with a fucking telescope, just like straight on the pin.
Oh, he's gonna need a bigger telescope. Yeah, I can promise you that. You can't see it from across the room, let alone across the street. Jesus. But yeah, so it turns out my son ripped a hole in one of the things like yonks ago and never fixed it because I just didn't know how to do it or how to pay for it or whatever. So then my dad, he was down and he's like, is that still got a hole in it? I'm like, yeah. Well, I was hoping you could help me how to make these curtains. He's like, you don't have to make them, just go fucking buy them. So we go to Spotlight, and then you can buy them literally with the string loop and everything at the top. I thought we had to physically go and fucking make them. So we did it. So we've now all the windows in the bedrooms have replaced. And the kitchen now has them, which it didn't before. The dining room does. This is home renos with Betson. And it's one of those things, because they were the ones that came with the house, right? They were so manky and fucking old, I never realized. I thought they were white. No. By that point, they were off-white. Barely white. Brown, in fact. So, like, taking them off and putting the new freshly made ones on, it's like, it disperses the light nicely. It's actually white light. Like, when you have a globe, it's like either a yellow globe or a white globe. Turns out the sun is now a white globe in my bedrooms. Because, like, God, those fucking lacy things were minging. And as we took it off and I, like, scrunched it to put it in the bin, it began to disintegrate. I was like, that's not good.
That's not good.
So I'm glad I stopped doing that. But that was that's about as exciting as my weekend has been.
That's all right. They can't all be bangers.
Yeah, they can't all be, let's go buy a PC. Look, granted, like, that is very exciting, but it's a shitty way to, yeah.
You going wrestling tomorrow?
That's true, I do go to wrestling. And to make it even more fun, right? So the show is called CKY, WHY, 2K. So it's like one of the managers, one of the owners of the company is a huge CKY, like him, Bam fan, same as me. So they told me, like, hey, early next year we're gonna have a show that's themed around like this, and I'm essentially booking the show. It'd be fun. No worries. I totally forgot about it. And then I got I got the sheet that's like, hey, these are all the shows for this year, and the first one, CKY2K. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And because I'm like the sound guy, I messaged him. I'm like, hey, can I like, because you know how I normally play this playlist, right? That's already been around forever. Can I make a new one? I went, yeah, sure. I'm like, can I theme it to the show? Like, yeah. So I spent, like, before we were making the show, I built the show for tomorrow, and then I built the playlist. So it's just like all the shit that I was listening to in like 2004, 2005. It was awesome. So good. I can't wait for tomorrow so we get to listen to music. But yeah, that actually is true. That is kind of exciting. It's not PC exciting, but still pretty exciting.
Is this going to be the new TV? I'm going to have to mention it week on week for like the next couple of months.
Well, now that you're playing like some sexy ass PlayStation games on your PC, it is incredibly important that you discuss these things. Because like you've said, you've got God of War, you've got Legacy of Thieves, you've got Miles Morales.
Beautiful segue, by the way.
That's right. So you've got these sweet PC games to play coming up. They're going to look pretty. Like God of War 2018 is already exceptional, but like that's fucking. You just installed God of War, like literally. How long have we been recording? About 5 minutes. Literally like 5 minutes ago. Just before I pressed record, you're like, "Hey, God of War's done." So, and I gave it to you 20 minutes before that. So I've said something you can play after. But what have you been playing this week?
Not much. I started Dead Space. Now that
that's pretty much all I've been playing. So it's all about.
Now that I wrapped Forspoken, I started playing Dead Space. Mm-hmm. I played the first 2-ish hours. To double up on what you said last week, the sound design that it full on gives you that atmosphere of dread when something's behind you. It really puts you in and brings you into the immerses you in the game itself. But the game's just not for me. The game looks great, it runs great, it sounds great. I don't know.
What's
It's not doing it for me.
What's not grabbing you?
I think I mentioned it last week. I don't like sci-fi games that much.
Actually, that's true. Apart from Destiny.
I don't like sci-fi as a theme. Destiny's...
But it's the game mechanics that keeps you going for Destiny.
Destiny's also fantasy enough for me that
excuse me,
it gets away with it.
It's true.
Because I'm like a fucking flying wizard that uses space magic. So like it's not too bad. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order got away with it because it was basically fucking Dark Souls.
True.
And that sucked me in. But this is just, I don't know what it is. Like I said, it looks great, it plays great, feels great, sounds great. It's hitting all the right boxes. It's just not doing it for me. And I don't know, like I feel bad because I want to like this game. Everyone raves about it. I'm just like, I guess it's just not for me, which is fine. Like, you know, not everything has to be for everyone.
Very true.
I can see it and I can appreciate it for the exceptional game that it is. But it's just not for me.
Well, it's the thing, because like I've been playing it this week as well. Like, cause I like last time I spoke, I think I was barely finished the first chapter. I think so. It was very, very early first impressions. I'm up to like chapter 4 now, I think. And the game's fucking dope. Like it just needed to get that hook into me, and I think is in that first early little bit, like it's not quite there, but then once things start getting into momentum and you start sort of opening up the Ishimura a bit more, and you start to know it and learn it and feel it, it just changes the experience I found. And I was actually getting to a point where the enemies weren't that scary, because at least the standard monster creatures, I think, what are they called, necromorphs. I was like, oh, I know how to do this, guys. They're sick. And then shortly after I said that, like on the recording last week, I went back and then they introduced new creatures. I was like, oh, shit, yeah. And then a little bit later, I get a new creature. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now we're getting that variation. So I was like, well, if I'm just like lasering limbs off, where's the long-term fun in this? They've just started to bring in new things. Oh, sorry, they've started bringing in new things, not just. They've been bringing in new things, which is great. I've got some new weapons as well, which is fucking sexy. Got this really cool, like, pulse rifle, and then there's this cool big saw launcher things, like, Hadouken, and then blow someone's guts out. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I won't mention more about that in terms of what things. But you are correct. Like, it's still gorgeous. It sounds design's amazing. But one of the things, having not played the original, and you've not played the original either, have you?
No.
Like, I didn't know what I was getting into. Going back, like having a look, speaking, you know, before the show started recording, we were talking about you being like the shitty Digital Foundry with your new PC, because you can have a PS5 on one screen, a PS5 PC. You can directly compare any of the Sony PlayStation PC games. I watched the Digital Foundry video on Dead Space, and they had 1-point comparisons. So I was like, man, Dead Space fucking looks like trash on like the original version. It looks horrible. Like I can certainly see like what it was trying to deliver. And I guarantee you, if I played it down, I would have thought it looks like what this remake looks like. But like, if anything, this is reinforced. No, this is a ground from the fuck up remake. Like, everything about it is better. Even down to they relayed out the ship in some ways to better make the geometry better, make it more realistic compared to you as the character. Additionally, they've actually restructured some of the paths to make it in order for it to make sense. Because in the original Dead Space, there was sectioned off by loading screens in some spaces, right? And because they wanted a seamless experience here, so there's no loading screens, they had to cobble together and shift some things around, and that includes the bringing in of the zero gravity traversal that's seen in Dead Space 2 and 3, but is now in 1. So like, what would have been a loading screen is now either you on a tram ride, which is once again just hiding a loading screen, or doing these cool little zero-G shooty things. It's like, oh, this is really cool. And having not known that that wasn't in the original until I watched that video, did a little bit of research, I was like, oh man, this game's fucking fantastic. Like, no wonder they remade this, because look at it, it's beautiful. It's like seamless. I'm just going through all these areas, having a fucking killer time. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's very, very good.
I really wish it was doing it for me. It's just,
I totally understand that. Like, it's just, there's not. It's just something doesn't grab you, right? And I totally, and that's the thing. There's like, there's been examples in the past of like, I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, this should be me. Everything about it screams, Ryan should like this. And then it didn't. So I understand that. But you're not a real Spooks game either, are you?
Oh no, I'm fine.
Like, you like Resi, but I mean, like, it's not your go-to.
I don't mind Spooks games. No, I'm a sucker for a good RPG.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know what it is. I wish it was grabbing me. But it's just, unfortunately it's not.
Yeah.
What is grabbing me is fucking DMZ. The game's still good.
Still
very so good. Still good. New season starts in 2 weeks. New map.
Oh shit! I really got to rip through that battle pass, eh?
Yeah. I finished mine about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, we've been playing it fucking non-stop, so that's fine. One thing I have been playing, and like I wasn't able to talk about it last week, but I can talk about it now. It makes it sound it's like this mysterious big fucking fancy pants game. Like, is it Hogwarts Legacy? No, it ain't. But it's SpongeBob SquarePants, the Cosmic Shake.
Some would argue just as good.
Yeah, some would argue the real game of the year. No, so this popped up.
Is it on your draft list?
It's not on any of our draft lists.
Of course it's not.
Because I forgot. I didn't realize it was coming out until I got an email from PlayOn, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, SpongeBob, I'm in." So I was like, "Sure," I jumped on.
I think you've played every single SpongeBob game that's come out, haven't you?
Most of them.
It's been on PlayStation. Anyway.
Yeah. So I played the Battle for Bikini Bottoms Rehydrated. That was a couple of years ago, and my son and I had an absolute blast playing that game. So I was like, "Oh, this would be great! It's essentially a spiritual successor to the Battle for Bikini Bottoms." So it's that same 3D platformer, looks the same, feels the same, but so I knew for me that was going to be an enticing, because I didn't finish it, but I really enjoyed the Battle of Bikini Bottom, and my son had a blast too. So I was like, well, if I can play this with my kid, that's number one, is a good thing, and if it's anything like Bikini Bottom, I'm going to enjoy it. So the premise here is that at the beginning of the game, SpongeBob and Patrick get a hold of this cosmic bubble mixture, and they start like blowing bubbles for everybody in Bikini Bottom. The idea is that when you blow it and you make a wish, it comes true. It's essentially the answer.
Hang on, sorry, I zoned out for a second there, and all I caught was you blow it and you get a wish. Yeah. What are you blowing?
Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. No. So there's a bubble mixture. So you make a wish and you blow it, and the wish comes true. Turns out they blow so much bubble mixture, or people, if you're not paying attention, that it breaks the fabric of reality. So then it creates this like multiverse scenario where, fucking Mr. Krabs gets sent over here, Sandy gets sent over here,
I had Squidward in my head.
Squidward's over there somewhere.
Is he even a SpongeBob character?
Yeah, he is. He's the neighbor. So then the idea is, well, you got to go find them. So there's with Bikini Bottoms, it's different areas, right? Where here, each of the different areas is a different multiverse. So there's so far I've unlocked. There's a cowboy, a pirate, an action movie, and I think there's like a prehistoric one as well that I haven't really dipped my toe in too much. It's very cool. So then you go through these portals, and you have to collect all this interdimensional bubble mixture. So they're all little balls that you collect. Any platformer, it's like coins in Mario or whatever. Same thing. You go and collect all this bubble mixture. You go and trade it in for cool costumes and stuff, which is fun. Yeah. That's it. And it's essentially a 3D platformer. Just go through the level, collect all the bits, do what you can, do the mission, fight the boss, and go to the next one. It's actually been kind of calming. Because because it's like the old school PS2 platformers. You have your 5 lives, but it doesn't really matter if you lose all 5 lives. Like you have your 5 hit points, I should say, which are the underpants. You lose them, and then they replenish pretty easy. The game is quite forgiving, and even if you lose all 5 of your health underpants, you just start back at the last checkpoint. There's no like, oh, you've only got 10 restarts or anything.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't have the old. It's got the old school mentality in like old school PS2 platformer, but not the old school mentality of like, 5 goes, Dunskies.
Then you need to put in another 5 quarters.
Yeah, it doesn't have that, which is good. So
that's good. Because obviously this is more of a like a kids game.
Oh, most definitely
targeted at a younger audience, being Spongebob and whatnot. So I'm assuming they're very simplistic controls. If it's just kind of like,
it's like jump and hit with the net and cartwheel out of the way and like a launchable one.
Have you finished? Is it set up in like a? How was the world set out? So is it like similar to that of like, say, Crash Bandicoot 3, where you had like the hub worlds and then levels inside?
Yeah, a little bit. So you start at the main area where SpongeBob's house is, and then you go, oh shit, like the fabric of the universe is blown out because there's bubble mixture. So then as you progress within Bikini Bottom, you unlock this area, go into the portal, bloop, and then it comes back, and then reality starts to correct itself. So all the things that were that got blasted into this other dimension come back, and that fuels that next area, and that allows you to travel to the next one. And the next one's barren, it's missing a bunch of things, that everything's a little bit weird. Go through the portal, come back, everything's back to normal. Go to your next one.
Okay, that's cool.
So like an example is you go into one area and like Sandy's glass biodome that she lives in blown apart, right? She's gone. So you come in, you go to your portal, you do the world, come back, it repairs the thing, she's back. So it kind of does have like little effects within it from what you do outside to inside. Oh, excuse me. But no, it's just makes sense. Chill fucking fun.
Cool. Just single player, no like co-op.
Just single player so far that I've seen. I don't see any co-op, but it looks really good. Like it kind of has a very, in the cutscenes especially, that recent SpongeBob movie that they did that was like all 3D CG rendered, and it looked schmick.
Yes,
and it's the one with like I think had Keanu Reeves as like a fucking tumbleweed.
No, maybe I haven't. Maybe I haven't then.
Okay, that might be different.
I don't recall seeing Keanu as a tumbleweed.
Either way, it looks like that.
I feel that would be pretty memorable.
Yeah, it looks really good. It kind of in that same way that like Ratchet and Clank has that really clean, nice CG, artistic direction. This has the same thing. I'm like, wow, this looks really really good quality, like 3D animation. It's not too bad. Kind of better. That's all I've been playing, really. Except I had my son today and last night, and we played a lot of Security Breach, like Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
Yeah, I'm like, because we were playing DMZ last night, and Zill, friend of the show, who I was playing with, he's like, oh, is Betson getting on? I'm like, he's playing Friday night, Five Nights at Freddy's, so I'm gonna guess he's with his kid. Because they're obviously chilling, hanging out, doing their cool stuff.
Yeah, he was playing Donut County again because he fucking loves that game.
Yeah, I saw that too. I see Donut County a lot because obviously you have your PlayStation linked with your Discord.
Yeah,
and I always have Discord open. So it's like, Betson's playing this. I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah, because my son.
And then sometimes I'm like, maybe he is. He sometimes plays bullshit games like this.
Yeah, because my son has my old PS4 at his place, and so he can play whenever he wants. In order to have access to all the games that I have, I just leave myself on there as like the primary console owner. He just logs into his own little account, but because it's using my game, it still reads that it's me. It's the whole thing. But yeah, it's fun. We kick each other out a lot. Excuse me. All right, I've had 2 beers while we're in the show right now. Had 2 beers before I started. In order to make my way through this show, we probably should get into the next section.
Fucking hell! What's the occasion?
Because I could.
Okay, cool. Oh, fair enough. All right.
Anyway, let's get into the section called Inform the Players. We tell you about what happened this week in PlayStation.
We tell you how drunk fucking Ryan is.
We tell you we had the slippery slope and how shit-faced Ryan will be by the end of this.
Well, as predictable as it is, let's kick things off with some PlayStation news, and we have the PlayStation Plus Essential titles have been officially announced. Next week, we will be getting Oli Oli World for PS5, PS4, Mafia, the Definitive Edition on PlayStation 4, Evil Dead, the game, PS5, PS4, which I'm super keen to play. It looks like it's one of those trashy Friday the 13th fucking asynchronous multiplayer motherfuckers that I love. Hopefully it's just hilariously unbalanced and broken like Friday the 13th was, because I had so much fun with that game.
Yeah.
And making it free, ooh, so good. And lastly, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, PS5, PS4. With the release of Lightfall at the end of this month, they're making not this current year's expansion free. They're making the previous year's expansion free.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dope. That's actually a sick month. Oli Oli World is brilliant.
Is great.
Mafia is fine. Actually, wait, no, I lied. Mafia 1 was better than 2.
Yeah.
Because 2 had, when they brought in that open world stuff, right? And it really felt bloated, and like the open world itself felt really kind of crap. Where in Mafia 1, because it was mission, there was good cutscenes, transitions, there was no just bloat in the middle. So, you know. Yeah,
it was good. It was good. And it looked good. It was a nice little remaster.
Yeah, it was lovely. And if it's coming free, then fucking success. But before we jump into the next thing, Max, and we'll talk about it now because it is the name of the episode because I'm shameless. So this week, the PlayStation social medias did drop a little trailer. It was called Live on PS5, and the idea was this like live CNN broadcast that was like, "Hi, these are all these world events, the things that are happening around the world. Like, there's fucking criminals being stopped in Brooklyn and Spoods, and like father and son stop Ragnarok. You know, we've had this awesome discovery in this primitive life, and it's like Horizon, and then there's a Ratchet and Clank reference of like this person that's been turned into a hedge, which is one of the weapons in the game. It's like, do they see a botanist or do they see a doctor? We get a little glimpse of this woman holding a torch walking towards this thing. No reference to it other than that. Everything else on the trailer is completely knowable. It's all the brands that you love, except for that one little thing.
Amazon's Tomb Raider.
Why?
Why is it Amazon's Tomb Raider?
Like, it can't be. Tomb Raider is no longer connected to PlayStation. And as you said, Amazon own the rights. What is it? It's Uncharted, Max. It's a little teaser for Uncharted. A little sprinkle. A little soupçon. I don't think that's the right.
I don't. Who knows?
Come on!
Doesn't
that give you a little bit of like, in here?
You were talking to a guy who hasn't played Uncharted
well,
games.
Get excited for your wife, you fuck!
Yeah, I'm always excited for my wife. But this also, I will point out that this also coincides with the worldwide marketing at the moment. There is a gigantic Leviathan axe in the UK.
Yeah.
And earlier this week, there is a... Oh, shit, where is it? I wrote it down somewhere, but it's not in the fucking news doc, because that would be smart. There's another one somewhere. It's big.
Mm.
It's a Aloy Raptor thing.
Oh, that's been around in Sydney.
No. It's in... I know it's been in Sydney, but it's in somewhere. I've lost it. Where the hell did I put it? Just ignore me. You keep talking and I'll find it. And
is it the Velociraptor look a fuck?
Yeah, it's... where is it, though?
Claw Strider.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember where.
Well, because there was one in Sydney for a while.
There was one in Sydney,
and then it came down for Melbourne for PAX.
Yeah. Keep discussing how Uncharted's coming back.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Cool. Sorry.
So it's on a bunch of dead air while I'm trying to find it. I found it.
Fuck.
It's in the frozen wilds of Poland. It's just fucking out in the snow in Poland.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It's a Claw Strider out in Poland.
Yeah, so the one that they made here, they probably just shipped it over somewhere else. Like, hey, imagine that. Imagine that's your fucking job. I have to like transport this robo dinosaur from Sydney, Australia to middle of fuck knows where, Poland. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I knew it was somewhere. I knew they put it in the snow somewhere.
Yeah. Now, okay, so look, let's take this thing seriously for a moment. All right. Now, granted, it's the only thing in this trailer that we have no understanding of what it is. Every other IP that's referenced is important, and Uncharted's not named in any way. And if anything, Uncharted is as an important franchise as The Last of Us, as God of War, more than Ratchet and Clank, most certainly. You know what I mean? Spider-Man's obviously up there too. So it's fascinating that they've got this little teaser of something, but it not being anything. Now, we do know that as well, there's the rumor mill for the longest time, pardon me, is that San Diego, the team behind MLB The Show, a little side studio that have been working on what was apparently an Uncharted remake, or essentially an Uncharted reboot, I think, was somewhere around the line. And we all, spoilers for those, like at the end of Uncharted 4, it does leave it in a way that allows for a future title to come through that does kind of match the imagery that we see within this little clip. And if we think about other games that are involved around a protagonist in a catacomb or a tomb or something, there's very few games that deliver that imagery. The two are Uncharted and Tomb Raider, and it simply cannot be Tomb Raider.
I don't, because she was definitely in a cave, wasn't she?
It looked like a cave or like under a pyramid or something. It was like sandy. It was red. No, it was yellowy, sandy looking color.
It's Last of Us Part 3.
Whoa, it could be.
That was actually Abby. No, it blew everyone's mind. No one knows.
It's what's the fucking character that they find? Nope, lost it. The one that Abby's friends with. No, it's the fucking baby. It's the baby that fucking Ellie and Dina had.
Oh, it's the baby, not the BB.
Yeah, it's the or it's the fucking BB from Death Stranding. It's any time we've ever seen a baby in a show in a PlayStation game ever. Like even if it's one that was off to the side in Last of Us, it's just like baby, and then suddenly it's grown into this Tomb Raider looking person that isn't Lara Croft.
This Tomb Raider looking person.
But it can't be because copyright and trademarks, of course. It's Uncharted, Max. It's fucking Uncharted.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, me too. And on the back of a Naughty Dog being like, oh man, we're not going to make any more Uncharted games. Why did they say that a couple of days before this dropped? Huh? To get you off the scent. That's what they want. Fucking Pepe Sylvia up in this bitch.
No. All right, cool. So, Sony has had a really good quarter. Throw it out there. So, with the PlayStation 5 stock situation finally coming under control, it has increased the brand's overall performance in the quarter ending 31st of December. In addition to shipping 7.1 million PS5s, PlayStation enjoyed an eye-watering 53.3% increase in revenue year over year, bringing in a nice little sum of $8.79 billion in revenue.
Chump change.
Which is a record for Sony and for the industry as a whole. In terms of install base, stock issues mean the PS5 is still lagging behind the PlayStation 4 at this point in its lifespan by around 5.6 million units. But Sony intends to ship a further 6.2 million PS5s in this current quarter alone to meet its targets. This means that the PlayStation 5 could very well be closing on 40 million units shipped by the end of this March.
Well, and once again, in the same day we got this live from PS5 trailer, a whole press release thing went out, the idea of like, hey, we will have more stock. Those concerns we had before, not a concern anymore. This is exciting times.
It's good.
It means numbers,
we're finally, numbers for the most part are boring, but they can be cool. This is very interesting. Like to see that they've had a record-breaking year-over-year revenue increase. So you just know that Microsoft's going to come in and be like, look at these motherfuckers made so much money. It is the highest in the industry as a whole. Clearly, it won't fucking matter if we take Blizzard.
Well, seeing as last week they were like, "Oh man, The Last of Us' TV's show's doing so good, and Halo sucked asshole. Don't we look bad?" I'm like, "You do look bad, you incompetent fucks." Like, that's not an argument. That just means you're bad at holding your IP. So why would we let you buy more?
However, this is a good argument.
This is a very good argument, actually.
This is a good argument for them.
But once again, they have created a system where you don't have to buy their console. Game Pass Ultimate PC. Why would you?
To be fair, not all titles come to PC and console, but I do see
80+%.
Yeah,
and even then, without any first party exclusives or anything of meatiness to buy it onto. What's incentivizing you to buy an Xbox? Those did when Halo came out, and it was poo.
Yeah.
And apart from that hi-fi game, Life in Hi-Fi or whatever, that like from Tango, which dropped the Shadow drop like a week and a half ago, that looks cool. Not enough. Like, pardon me, we just wait until the next Elder Scrolls or next Fallout or next Forza, maybe, we start to see some of these things drop. We might see some more consoles move.
I think this year will be interesting with a lot of the Bethesda teams having their first games released purely on console, purely for
like Redfall should be exciting.
So
Starfield
coming out the back end of May. I'm pretty sure Starfield's at some point this year, apparently.
But once again, I also would argue that with PC and it's on Game Pass, why would you buy an Xbox? And if you give a shit, you buy a PC. But
it's one of those things that the point of entry for an Xbox is cheaper than a PC of equivalent.
Very true.
Specs. And the Xbox is also a lot easier to access, like especially here in Australia, you have that option of, you can get it through Telstra and you can pay it off monthly. And
true.
They're definitely a little bit friendlier in that sense, as opposed to going out and doing one big expenditure. There's also those people who just prefer gaming on their couch and, having stuff plugged into their TV.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those things. It is personal preference.
Yeah, very much so.
There's the guy sitting here with a PS5, a Series X, and a brand new PC.
Fuck you. Yeah, but then there's me with a trash PC, a PS5, and an Xbox Series S that I turned on over Christmas break and played like an hour of High on Life. I went, this fucking poo hole. And turned it on. Like, I installed Pentiment and all the cool things were looking really fun, but at no point have I been compelled to turn it back on.
At the moment, my Xbox is a Persona machine.
Yeah.
When I'm in the mood to play Persona, I turn it on because obviously 3 and 4 dropped on Games Pass. But
yeah, I'm just gonna buy 4.
Other than that, on occasion I'll play Forza.
Yeah. And it's interesting. Like, it's like this whole acquisition thing has been busy. It's been loud and quiet at the same time. It's a really weird space at the moment, but things have gone quite quiet, which is interesting. But speaking of things that were really quiet and then just happened out of the blue, this week it's finally was announced that, I think it was last week actually, they're like, hey, the Discord stuff for your PS5, it's coming, it's ready to go. Well, as of now, time of recording, the PS5 firmware update for the beta has launched, which is, as you mentioned, does bring with its long-awaited integration of Discord. Unfortunately, the implementation is as quiet as deep as we originally had hoped, allowing you to join in cross-platform party chats. You essentially have to use the social networks app, so the Discord app. Effectively, you need to link your PSN and Discord identities, which is available, has been available for a while, and then start a voice chat within the app to begin talking. Sony's also transforming the way data transfer works. This is in regards to the update itself, adding a new PS4 to PS5 transfer utility.
No, PS5 to PS5.
PS5, my bad.
Yep.
which is timely considering the rumors of a revamped hardware model featuring a detachable disk drive. It's also making it even easier to transfer PS4 save data to your PS5, with a variety of new prompts that pull information from the PS Plus cloud and notify you when progress is available. Elsewhere, screen reader improvements continue to showcase the company's commitment to accessibility. And in the UK and the USA specifically, it'll be adding some new functionality to the existing voice command. Moving forward, we'll be able to say, hey PlayStation, capture that, to save video clips, and hey PlayStation, start recording, to begin manually capturing gameplay. As a note, all of this technology is still in beta. Sony literally describes it as the voice command preview and is not available in any other languages right now. So no Australia. You can't be like, oi PlayStation.
It's awfully close to Xbox record that.
It is.
Which they've had for like ages.
It is. But with the
detriment of some online gamers.
Yeah, with the integration of the Kinect back in the day, this makes more sense. And like, obviously the built-in mic on the controller, you just got to hold a button and it can happen. But like, voice commands aren't a thing. I don't give a flying shit.
No.
Like, I don't, like, are you kind of use Siri occasionally?
I on occasion do, hey Google, take me home, when I'm like, oh shit, no, stop.
I am home, Google, chill out.
But mainly I just open stuff. Like, yeah.
So that doesn't excite me. The transfer from PS5 to PS5 is not really needed, seeing as most people have difficulty getting one PS5. But for you, this whole Discord thing is a big stickler.
Yeah, so hopefully it does get full integration. Now, I canned my my beta access. I was originally part of the beta upgrade thing back on PS4. I didn't transfer that across to PS5 when I got my PS5 because I'm like, hey, they're super stickler about it. They're like, hey, there could be issues. It can cause problems to the hardware itself. Are you sure you really want to do this? I'm like, no, I just got this thing. They're super hard to get. I super don't want to fuck shit up because of a firmware update. I'll just wait. So I haven't personally been able to check it out. But yeah, I'm really hoping it's not open Discord app on phone, click join, and then it magically appears.
Well, because one of the reasons that we were thinking that this has been delayed for so long to get to the PS5, or PlayStation in general, I should say, was because they were doing full-blown integration.
Yeah. So whether or not this is just the beta testing to see how it's working.
Is this similar to what Xbox had to do?
Yes. The language seems very vague at the moment. So I don't know whether there's going to be a Discord app on PS5 and you have to open the Discord app on your PS5 first and then you can start the chat, or if it's meaning open the Discord app on your phone or on your PC. Because obviously we can.
I would imagine it's on the PlayStation, right? That wouldn't make sense.
Obviously we can already link our Discord and our PlayStation 5s because we've both done that. That's why we can see what games we're playing.
Hence, you can see me playing Donut County all the time, or my kid.
So I'm unsure if this is hey, we've made a Discord app for the PlayStation 5. You open the Discord app, you can start your party chat there, and then you can load your game, or if it's one of those. Or if it is via the mobile app.
I'm hoping it's the first.
I'm hoping it's the former rather than the latter, but to be honest, clicking a button on my phone is not the end of the world if it means I can use Discord chat.
Saying that, we would bitch pretty hard when that's what Xbox delivered. We're like, this is fucking gross. And now we're suddenly a bit more okay because it's the system we like to use.
I would be okay with it, but I mean... Like I said, it's not too horrible, but it's not ideal. Like, this is some Nintendo level bullshit of you have to use a mobile app to use voice chat with friends.
Yeah.
Like, don't you've invested money into Discord. Let's see the fruits of that in a more meaningful way than this, hopefully. But again, I haven't personally used it. I don't know what it is that they're doing. We will have to wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as things are added to the PlayStation, things have to go, apparently.
Ooh. PlayStation giveth, but PlayStation also taketh.
Taketh away. So Sony has confirmed No, it's funny now that stock availability is up. They're getting rid of the PlayStation Plus collection on the 9th of May this year.
What an awesome initiative this was.
So just before the launch of the PlayStation 5 back in 2020, the PlayStation Plus collection was announced as an incentive for potential PlayStation 5 buyers. Basically, it was a selection of the highly rated PlayStation 4 games that PlayStation Plus subscribers would gain instant access to, all of which could be played on the PlayStation 5. It is important to point out, though, if you have added those games from the collection to your library, you can download them and play them even after the collection is taken offline, as long as you still have a PlayStation Plus subscription.
So go into your
if you
log
have
in on your PC, claim them.
So if you're a PlayStation Plus member, make sure you claim them by the 9th of May. Otherwise, they are gone skis.
So my partner Phoebe would love the access to the PS Plus collection if she had a PlayStation Max. Now, seeing as you just bought a PC, I'm sure you would love some extra dollars, which is those dollars are actually going to PSVR. So
I am getting there. I will do it this weekend, hopefully, if I remember. I'm the worst.
I could just send her up there and be like, knock on your window or whatever.
I don't answer my door.
It's true, you don't. I've knocked on your door and you've ignored me. I have to message you, mate, please come to your door. This is a bummer. Like, I understand why they did it, and the idea was just like, hey, we know the PS5 is a bit slow at launch. There's like not a lot of games to play. Here's a bunch of the best ones that you can have.
I mean, it has been up for what is essentially 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You've been able to, like you said, log in on PC and download them anyway and claim them anyway. Most people will probably have these.
Yeah.
They were also a good incentive. I feel that they were mainly an incentive for new people to the PlayStation ecosystem, because a lot of these games I'd already played because they were the big-ish hitters. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great way to play for those who wanted to play like Bloodborne and God of War and The Last of Us and Persona 5 and Mortal Kombat 10 for some reason, and Crash Bandicoot and Fallout 4.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I remember the list. There's like, 19 titles or something
like that. It's an interesting list.
I think Final Fantasy 15 was in there at one point.
It was, yeah.
So yeah, it had a wide variety of games as well. Lots of genres, lots of...
Build everything. But look, Max, like we were talking about rumors before with the Uncharted. Like, ooh, what if this Uncharted? Here are a couple more rumors to get up in your business. PSVR 2. It's literally this month. Holy fuck, it's literally this month. Oh no. Hey, y'all need your dick sucked? Because we need money.
It's all like 3.5 weeks away.
Oh my god. I just got a $700 bill from the fucking tax company. We're like, hey, you misjudged your tax estimate by $1,000. You owe us $700. I'm like, that's not how it works. But they're not wrong. I checked my pay slips. They're not wrong.
You're not paying enough tax throughout the year.
Well, no, I am. I went by the estimate that they gave me. Like, I didn't lodge it myself. I opened it in July or whatever, and I was like, oh, it's about this. I'm like, yeah, sick, yeah, fuck, boop. And then for some reason, I got an email this week being like, turns out the estimate that we gave you was wrong, and you didn't say anything, because why the fuck would you know? We are a company that's built to fucking know this information, so we're going to tell you what we think it might be. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, $1,000 off, and they're like, yeah, you have to pay most of that back. I'm like, fuck Bastards. You. And then, of course, because my taxes, because my yearly income was off, I now have to pay more child support too, which is not a problem. I love paying. Like, I don't love paying child support, but I love supporting my son, and I give flying fuck because he has more money. That's all good. But as my rent has just gone up too, I'm fucking poor. Remember I said about sucking dicks before for money? I weren't kidding. I'll do it for rent.
I'll do it
for food. And you think I'm some like fucking, upper class dick sucker that just does it for boutique PlayStation VRs? Nah, I'll do it for fucking loose change. Shit's rough. Speaking of what, that's not the rumor mill. That's fact. The rumor mill. Sony has halved its sales estimate for the first quarter of PSVR 2 spends on the market. $20 is $20, says Zill in the chat, and they ain't wrong. According to this new report from Bloomberg, the company originally planned to flood the market with over 2 million next-gen headsets, but inside sources now say that those proposals have been reduced to 1 million. This is apparently due to disappointing pre-order numbers. You think? Especially when you had to pay a $200 deposit, and then a little bit later it went, oh, okay, cool, and then made it like half of that. In some places we didn't have any at all, which is fascinating. Sony has provided GamesIndustry.biz with a statement where it denies claims made by Bloomberg that it has halved its PSVR sales. Sony says that it hasn't cut production numbers, a number that it never made public, and is actually, quote, seeing enthusiasm from PlayStation fans for the upcoming launch.
I mean, obviously they're seeing enthusiasm. You're literally willing to suck dick for one.
Yeah,
that's not enthusiasm. I'm not
yeah,
sure
if that doesn't say I want to play virtual reality. My literal reality is full of me sucking dick. So I want my virtual reality where I'm like, kayaking or doing something that is involving sucking a dick. So
kayaking,
yeah,
mountain hiking. He's playing Job Simulator and it's just fucking dick sucking in the back room.
I'm playing Job Simulator because it's nicer than the real way I'm making money.
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
In other rumor news, we have rumors about Insomniac's Wolverine game. So the potential for a proper Wolverine game is obviously massive. And now we've got Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb dropping some apparent early details. He reckons that Marvel's Wolverine will be given a mature age rating, which would allow for things like graphic violence and adult themes. Very, very Wolverine.
Yes.
This is something that a lot of licensed games do miss out on, instead of targeting teen or everyone ratings to maximize appeal across all the demographics. Grubb also says that Insomniac is aiming for an autumn release window in 2024, which would put Wolverine 1 year out from Spider-Man 2. However, he does note that things could slip into 2025, like everything else.
This makes sense, right? Because like Spider-Man, he shoots webs. Pew, pew. Ah, I'm sticky. I'm inconvenienced. Wolverine has fucking knives in his hands. Like, you thought he goes, scratch, scratch. No, he fucking dismembers cunts.
I believe the sound is snick.
Schnick, schnick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Schnick, schnick, not scratch, scratch. He fucks people up. Like that R-rated cut of Logan where he's just shanking dudes and blood splits everywhere. That's what this game needs to have. And a PG rating, and it outcomes like was it the original Mortal Kombat that made it green? Yeah, it's just like it's the scene from fucking Birds of Prey where confetti comes out instead. No, shank people, gash people, schnick the fucking crap out of them. Gash people. Also a way I can make money. Wink. Dragon Age Dreadwolf. I don't give a flying fuck about Dragon Age. How do you feel about Dragon Age, Max?
I fell off Dragon Age. What was it? Everything after Origins sucked asshole.
So you didn't like the second one or Inquisition?
Number 2 was atrocious from memory. And Inquisition, no matter how many times I restart that game, I always get to the same point, like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
And it's the same spot every fucking
time. Apparently
time.
number 1's more grounded in like that old school TRPG
number
goodness.
1 is so good. Dragon Age Origins was so good, and then they ruined it.
Well,
classic BioWare.
The last bit of rumor mill around was that Dragon Age Dreadwolf was playable from start to finish, or at least in an alpha build. A positive update on the project arrived in October of 2022 and led to speculation surrounding the game's eventual release date. Many had thought the BioWare RPG could be targeting a late 2023, but according to a new report from the reliable Insider Gamer, not that Dan Allen bastard, who cite anonymous sources, Dreadwolf could still be a while off, saying, quote, sources who have knowledge of the game and its progress have said that the game still lacks features, completed character lines, and still contains the remnants of the game's past, which abruptly changed directions in early 2021. End quote.
Yeah, apparently it used to have like a live service model integrated into it, and then they're like, "Oh, that's not what people want."
Yeah. Yeah.
And apparently some of it's still there.
Yeah. Well, once again, they can't do what fucking Gotham Knights did, but just remove the live service part out because this leaves a shitty, shallow husk of a game.
Yeah.
I couldn't give the remotest fuck about Dragon Age. Like, isn't it funny how BioWare used to be like a studio of utter prestige? And like the only game of success that they've delivered in the last, what feels like a decade, is when they remade Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Everyone's like, yay! Like Andromeda, poo hole. You know, Inquisition was pretty sweet. Everyone kind of...
Dude, if they announce tomorrow where they're like, oh, we've cancelled Dreadwolf, we're fucking remaking Dragon Age Origins. Ooh.
You're a wreck just thinking about it.
Fuck Dreadwolf.
Yeah.
Just give me a better Origin. Like, give me a schmick, good looking Origins. My favorite part of the show, quick biddies.
Yay! Why? Why is it your favorite part?
I love quick biddies. They're just juicy little tidbits that are great.
Little.
Let's kick it. Oh, yeah. In an interview with Kazuni Yamauchi,
Not a real.
the creative director at Polyphony.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna say that's not a real person. Totally a real person.
They are working on the next GT already.
Hope so. Because it takes them 11 years to make one.
Yes. Glen Schofield thanks Motive for the faithful Dead Space remake.
I guarantee Glen Schofield, who made Callisto Protocol, I doubt it was a sincere. It was like, thanks Dead Space making such a great remake. Like, I guarantee there is so much sass and cuntiness in that statement. Yeah. Everyone's like, that's really nice of him. And he's like, it's fucking loaded with barbs. It's the most passive aggressive thank you I could ever deliver.
PSVR 2 trophies have hit Sony servers.
That's exciting.
Knockout City Season 9 will be their last season, with servers to shut down on the 6th of June.
Well, it's the same as that in Rumbleverse. Like, two little games as a service that just got both shut. And that weren't Fortnite. And they were great because neither of them are fucking shooting people. So it's disappointing that all the ones that aren't shooting people are dying.
I would argue that you shoot people in Knockout City.
Yeah, but you launch dodgeballs at each other.
The Last of Us Part 1 on PC has been delayed by a few weeks to March 28th, as we alluded to before.
I think it'll kind of match up with the end of the series on TV, so that's pretty clever.
Yep. ABK executive says that The Last of Us HBO proves that Microsoft acquisition should go ahead, which we spoke about earlier.
Get fucked. And
lastly, Xbox, Nintendo, and Sony are skipping E3 this year.
E3 is dead. Again.
It's still dead. What do you mean again?
It's like they try to resuscitate it. They go, oh.
They've used a self-res kit, and Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo are just teabagging them.
It's like if it was around a DMZ, they self-revived, but the rest of the squad fucked off.
Yeah.
Again. God damn it. E3 is a joke of its former self. But I guarantee you all three of those bad boys are going to Keely's, fucking summer party, whatever the hell it's called.
Summer Wank Fest.
Summer Wank.
Sorry.
I'm
very tired and apparently sassy.
Yeah, I do quite like Jeff Keighley's Summer Wank Fest. Like, it's nice. It's nice. It's good weather. It's good weather to jerk each other off.
The Rock shows up.
Yeah. Jerks off a movie that's disappointing and then goes. The prick won't show up to WrestleMania, the fuckhole, but he'll go to goddamn Jeff Keighley's event. What an asshole. I'm sorry, Rock. I love you. And finally, the upcoming games for this week. It's only two, apparently. Dicey Dungeons. PS5, PS4, February 16th. Ooh, not the only Dicey game coming out this week. Hogwarts Legacy coming to PS5 on February 10th.
Or the 7th if you pre-ordered the deluxe edition, I guess.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
With that three-day early access.
Yeah, now look. We're going to play it because fuck you. That's why. No, the short answer is we want to play the game. We are both incredible Harry Potter fans. We understand the creator of the IP is a dumpster person, but that doesn't take away the fact that this could be a really good game. And it's not as if that, it's like Harry Potter the transphobe. No, her opinions are her opinions. Now, as far as I'm aware, those opinions don't seep into the game. Or, sorry, seep into the IP. It's not like, you've got Harry, Ron, I guess unless like mudblood is like some analogy for like trans people, I guess, then it's probably a bit gross. But I don't think that's the case. Point I'm making is you can enjoy someone's art. Like right now, everyone's like, fuck J.K. Rowling. And we're like, hey, you know, all you fucking nerds that are up in their shitty, but you absolutely love playing D&D and all those various things where, you know, H.P. Lovecraft is a fucking known literal racist. But no, fuck him. He makes cool Cthulhu shit. But, you know, it's the thing. Like, I do my beliefs do not align with hers. My beliefs don't line up with H.P. Lovecraft. My thoughts don't line up with many people, but they can still make good art. And once again, it's impossible to live an entirely morally justified existence. Like if you like, oh, you can't. Yes, we can pick and choose what battles we have access to, but this isn't one of them. It really isn't. Personally, it's a fucking game. Like if you have a challenge with the way people are treated, which I totally do, find another something else. You're picking the wrong target. All it's done is made people. It's made the shittier people shittier, and they've just bought more copies of the games. And this hurts no one. Make a real change. If you truly believe in the cause, do something properly. I just want to shoot wands around a school.
Just want to shoot wands around a school.
Pew, 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 pew,
Yeah,
pew, pew.
last time you did that, you weren't allowed within 250 meters of that school. So.
Very true. Like, I want to do herbology. I want one of those fucking, ugly flower pot kids that yell at me. I want to hang out with a hippogriff. I want
a mandragora.
Yeah, man, with those ones. I want to do some quidditching. You know,
there's no Quidditch.
Well, what the fuck, this game? You know what? I changed my stance. I'm boycotting Hogwarts Legacy because lack of Quidditch.
You can fly, but there's no Quidditch.
Suddenly, I changed my stance. You know what? I'm okay.
$150 DLC to play Quidditch.
You know what? Fuck this game again. There's bullshit controversy. No, that's unacceptable. How could you not have Quidditch in this game? Quidditch is a staple of the Hogwarts.
Quidditch wasn't invented until 200. I don't know.
Clearly, facts are irrelevant in this argument, Max. I have my feelings, and my feelings come through first. That was a very loaded statement for like, I don't know. I don't fucking like either side. Either side are fucked. All right, Max. Before after I'm X beers deep, I'm clearly getting racy. Getting spicy. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
X to the power of beer. All right. All right, everybody. This PlayStation conversation happens every Monday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. But if you'd like to take part in future conversations with us, come and check out our socials. Facebook, Discord, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those links can be found in the description below.
If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopcultures, where you can watch us record this show live, where you can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can. Tell your friends, tell your family about this PlayStation pod. If you're listening on podcast services, be sure to give us that 5-star rating and a written review. If you watch us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe with a comment below. I endeavor to answer every single comment. If you want to support us financially, you can at patreon.com/thepopcultures. Those on merchandise to popcultures.com/shop, where you can buy shirts, other sort of shit without logos on it. But until next week, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And that was for the players.
And if you want your dick sucked, DM Ryan.
No, seriously, I'll do it. You got $20? Price is negotiable.
It's negotiable.
It's $20.
Yeah, only up.
Yeah, it's $20 ONO or nearest offer.